The dictionary meaning of victim is a person who has come to feel helpless and passive in the face of misfortune or ill treatment. Victim, lachari, helplessness. All of us here in this space have at some point in our lives felt like a victim, felt helpless. Financial issue हो सकता है, relationship में मसला हो सकता है, abuse हो सकता है, बीमारी हो सकती है. But all of us have been through victim. I've had a 44-year-old relationship. I'm 51 now. 44-year-old relationship with victim. I have been a victim of child sexual abuse. I have been a victim of a car accident which caused epilepsy. I've been a victim of deep depression. I've been a victim of cancer. So I've had a long relationship with this. I'm going to introduce you to 17-year-old Nado. 17-year-old Nadia was sexually abused from the age of 17 to 19 pretty consistently and was unable to stop it. I was unable to stop it. ऐसा क्यों होता है कि कभी कभार we actually choose relationships in which there is disrespect and abuse and reject the relationships in which we are being loved and respected? What is the reason that happens? My reason for being abused between the ages of 17 to 19 by a boy who was in my college and being unable to stop it goes back to the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From 4 to 9, I was sexually abused and violently abused by a staff member who was supposed to take care of me. So in an otherwise privileged, loved childhood, बहुत प्यार मिला, ढेर सारा, I became a victim to child sexual abuse. और होता ये कि when you're abused as a child, and it doesn't have to be rape, it could be any kind of abuse, or when you suffer trauma as a child, you sort of get locked into that mentality. And all my relationships, all my emotional interactions after that came from this place of this helpless, needy, vulnerable child. I was leasing this child out to partners, to friends, mother, father, brother, anyone who will come and rescue her, who will take care of her. And then, 2020, I became a victim of cancer. It was cancer in the first COVID lockdown. I was in Cambridge, UK, where the isolation bubbles were very strict. किसी को किसी से नहीं मिलने देते थे. It was me and my 13-year-old son in the isolation bubble. My best friend who was living with me left because she was triggered by my cancer. And it's like all the mental health work that I had not done on my trauma since I was 4 years old, all the trauma that my body remembered came crashing on me like an avalanche of depression. I was scared, I was exhausted, I felt I'm a failure at life, total failure. It didn't matter what anybody else thought. I thought I was a failure at life. मुझसे ये काम होता ही नहीं है जिंदगी का. And I took an overdose and I tried to kill myself, leaving my 13-year-old son to find me, save my life, and be furious at me for trying to abandon him. That was my rock bottom. So, जब मुझे अपने resources देखने पड़े कि क्या मुझे बचा सकता है, what is it that can rescue me, since there is no human being I can turn to, and I've put my child through enough. He was rightfully furious with me. He said to me, "Don't tell me you love me when you were about to abandon me." I started looking at resources and I found them. हर मुश्किल के साथ आसानी है, ये वादा 2 बार दिया गया है. जिस चीज पे ध्यान देगो वही चीज नजर आएगी. मुश्किल पे ध्यान दिया तो मुश्किल ही नजर आई. आसानी नहीं नजर आई तो फिर मैंने कहा मैं गुनहगार हूं, मुझे दिखा दो. एंड ही showed it. And all the resources that had always been in front of me started shining. I did cognitive analytic therapy. I learned self-parenting. I did NLP, and I learned all these amazing techniques. I then did the Master Practitioner course and became a Master Coach, Hypnotherapist. Then I did M-Braining and became an M-Braining Coach. Resources. ये कायनात तो आपको resources देती जाती है. ये मैंने पहले क्यों नहीं देखी थी? क्योंकि मैं लोगों को देख रही थी कि ये मुझे बचाएगा, ये क्यों नहीं बचा रहा, ये क्यों नहीं मुझे देख रहा. I am unseen, I am unheard, but the resources had been there. And so these resources taught me how to move from victim to survivor. I became a survivor. And I loved it. I swear the only time I've ever thought that I am beautiful is when I saw my bald head in the mirror and I saw my eyes and I saw my smile and I said, wow, this is what all that hair has been hiding. Surviving was awesome. But surviving just kept me above the water. Swimming, surviving. Surviving जीना नहीं होता. The techniques that were teaching me how to survive, the techniques when I used them, ये एक चीज है, हमें एक बात सिखाई गई है. अब उस पर जब अमल होता है, अमल कितनी important चीज है. When you act on those techniques, when you act on that amal, when you act on that instruction, love is a verb. When you act, suddenly you're not just surviving, you are thriving. Thriving, dictionary meaning of thriving, to blossom, to grow. You are thriving physically, you are thriving mentally, you are thriving spiritually, alhamdulillah. You are thriving in your relationships, you are thriving financially. In all ways, you are thriving जब आप अमल करते हैं. And so my journey went from survivor to thriver. And once you learn how to thrive, Jani, you can't be a victim anymore. Ever. You will go through states of mind. You will go through states of fear. I go through states of fear. I go through states of anger. I go through states of sadness. I lost my best friend and the love of my life, my father, in May. I thought I won't be able to breathe. Alhamdulillah, all I am is in deep gratitude that Allah gave him to me for 51 years. 51 years he gave me this gift. So you are not your state of mind. I am not depressed or angry or sad or happy. I am feeling this way. Once I learned that, I am cartographer. I am map maker of my emotional state. I am map maker of my mind, of my life. I am map maker of my destiny. If there are 3 ingredients that I give you, 3 ingredients of how to find contentment, how to be map makers of your destiny. First ingredient is you. You are the most incredible investment that you have. Invest in yourself. Invest in your mental health. सूरह रहमान तो सब सुनते हैं, लेकिन जो सबसे बड़ी नेमत है जो मैं बार बार देखती हूँ लोग झुटलाते हैं, वो आपका आप है, आपका अपना नफ्स है. इस नेमत को ना झुटलाएं. Because you have an army inside you that will save your life over and over again, and you have 1,000 angels that you have been blessed with inside you that are carrying you. So turn your eye inwards. Andar ki taraf dekho. The second is the power of your choice. Every choice you make, the choice I make to smile and say Assalamu alaikum, the choice I make, whether to have a glass of water or to do something unhealthy with my body and have lots of candy and sweet, which I love. But those choices will form my destiny, will form my luck. That choice that you are making is the second most important thing. And the third most important ingredient, now. The choice you're making now. Right now. Right now for me is you and me. Bas. It's all of these beautiful, incredible human souls, all of us together, these trees, this moment, and the choice I am making right now to share my vulnerability, my failures, and my thriving with you. These three things are incredibly important. आज जब आप घर जाएंगे, do one thing. Talk to yourself. One of the techniques I learned in NLP was called perceptual positions. In this technique, we have to talk to anything we are in conflict with. It could be a partner, it could be a lover, it could be a child, it could be a parent, it could be money, it could be a thought. And I chose to talk to my inner child, 4-year-old Nadia. I chose to talk to her. And I looked at her and I said to her, "You have ruined my life. It's because of you I am needy, I am helpless, I am broken. People leave me, people get sick of me, I suffocate people. You are such a heavy burden to carry. It's because of you I am cruel to people, I'm angry to people. It's because of you I have hurt people I love. I hate you. Mere bas mein ho to I wish you die." That is how I spoke to my inner child. Then in the exercise, we have to stand up, shake it off, and go and sit in the position of the person or thought that we've been speaking to and listen. And my inner child listened to me, and she looked at me and she said, "Wow, child protection activist. Wow, child protection worker. Nadia Jamil. Wow. Did you just hear how you spoke to me? Did you just hear how you spoke to a child who has been raped for 4 years? Wow, that is serious empathy happening there. You can't go back and change what happened to me. You can't go back and unrape me for all those years. But you know what? If you just took care of 48-year-old you, I'll be fine. You lease us out to people who will hurt us. You make decisions that hurt us. And then you hate me. And the way you spoke to me right now, you know what it just shows me? That you are the biggest hypocrite and the biggest fraud I've ever met in my life. Shame on you. You are just really shameful. This is what I grow up to be. Seriously. And then I stand up and I shake it off. And I sit back in my adult self and I listen to what this child is saying to me. Game changer. Game changer. So when you go home today, take 2 minutes, sit down, and speak to your inner child, whoever she or he is. Speak to her, speak to him. Usse पूछो, what do you need? What do you need to hear? What can I do for you? And then listen, और उसको जवाब दो. And then listen to all yourselves. Listen to your adult self. I want you to turn that love that you give to everyone else to yourself. Just for a few minutes. Just for a few minutes today when you go home, be the parent that you want to yourself. And remember, giving up is not an option. Giving up is not an option. हमारा काम है पानी देना. Keep trying. Keep trying. Keep trying. Regardless of the outcome, keep trying. With kindness and compassion. And the kindness and compassion that we have to give to the whole world, to everything else, you start by giving it to your own heart. Your own heart. The most beautiful gift you have. You start by giving that kindness to yourself. I'm going to stop here because somebody else has said these words far better than I have. Mia Muhammad Bakhsh. Mia Muhammad Bakhsh कहते हैं, लोए लोए पर ले कुड़िए जे तू पांडा पढ़ना शाम गई बिन शाम मोहम्मद घर जांदी ने डरना हो माली दा कम पानी देना पर मशकां पावे मालिक दा कम फल फुल लाउणा लावे या ना लावे हो लोए लोए पर ले कुड़िए जे तू पांडा परना शाम गई बिन शाम मोहम्मद घर जांदी ने डरना हो मस्जिद टा दे मंदिर टा दे जे कुछ टैंदा पर किसे दा दिल ना टावी रब दिलां विच रहिंदा हो। फी अमान अल्लाह।